Everybody, Love is Dead here with another crucial game of the international tournament. It is the big boys, the winners of the match, going Natus Vincere versus Invictus Gaming. One of the favorites is Invictus Gaming. Navi, they won the last game. I mean, they won the last tournament, the last international tournament, and now they are trying to make their way back to it, but they have not been performing as expected. They're still in the winner's bracket, and that's where we are. And it is, losing this one means that you drop to the loser's bracket, and you have to make sure that you do not lose in the loser's bracket, or else you will not be going on to the final match. So, we will see which one of these teams is going to be knocked down. Is it going to be Invictus Gaming? Are they going to have to go into the loser's bracket, or is it going to be Navi? These guys, both of these guys are huge. And it looks like they're playing to their strength. We got Navi picking up Chen. Anti-Mage, he's going to be played back with Voss. Voss does really well in the Anti-Mage. Rubik is going to be picked up by Invictus Gaming. Morphling going to be a second pickup, and Broodmother. So the lanes coming out on Invictus Gaming are quite strong. Morphling always strong in the lane. Broodmother always strong in the lane. Pudge is banned out, as you can see, just because Dendi does not lose with Pudge in lane. So that means you kind of have to waste a ban that you don't usually do. Which means that leaves someone else that can get through the pool. We have Nature's Prophet available. Chen got through the pool. Enchantress, they're not going to pick up Enchantress, I don't think. Tidehunter is going to be their pickup. Yeah, they're really going for their team fight, pushing strategy. They are playing to their strengths right now. And this is traditional Navi. This is what we usually see. They do not want to lose anything. And neither do Invictus Gaming. I mean, it is a strong lineup so far. We're going to have to see what the guys are going to pick up for supports. They're going to round out their strategy. Navi still have available. They like to play. They like to play someone in their sort of secondary semi-carry role to be pretty big. Puck's going to be banned out here. Dendi is fantastic with the puck, extremely mobile, and if he gets off a Tidehunter ultimate, he gets caught in. And when he gets caught in, Puck will deal damage. And can actually synergize as well, because he can lock people down with his initiation. Then Tidehunter can come in and deal some more damage and lock them down even further. So we have Nature's Prophet can be banned out here in the fourth, as the fourth ban out, so he even gets through the pool and is not actually picked up. He's been quite played. He's always just played a lot just because of his mobility and his versatility in team fights and usefulness to the team. Once he gets up, once he gets pretty big. Tinker is going to be the ban out here. That's another respect ban to Dendi. Look at these teams are really afraid. They're really afraid of giving Dendi the hero that he is good with. They have banned out Tinker. They've banned out Puck. They've banned out Pudge. Those are all bans for. Those are all specifically for Dendi.
IG's turn to pick.
There's going to be another Morphling Anti-Mage game. Both teams, they're looking to, I mean, Anti-Mage needs to get bigger than Morphling early on. If either one of these guys, if Show or Anti-Mage or Havost, if either one of those gets a lead and continues that through the mid-game, they're going to have the upper hand in the late game and are going to be able to win. Both of these guys, they play their carry. It's not completely farming on their own. They do like to get themselves into fights. Hello? Hi. Doesn't matter. Go with Bertucci's. Go with Bertucci's. Bertucci's. I don't know. Get me. Let's go with the tortellini. Actually, you know what? Just go with the chicken piccata. Yeah, just go with that one.
Turn to pick.
Rigatoni. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Bye. We're going to have a pickup here from Shadow Shaman. It's going to play out their support role. And Enigma is going to be the final ban out right there. They didn't want to give them that team fight that comes out from him. Enigma really couples well with Morphling because he can lock heroes down, and Morphling can wave through and start dealing damage in that way. So this is going to be a big game. They're really, let's see, split push may start. It looks like a split push is going to start coming out here from IG. Just with the heroes that they picked up, and Night Stalker.
Navi's turn to pick.
That is 3 heroes that need farm. Broodmother, Morphling, and Night Stalker. Broodmother. I'm interested to see how they're going to lane this thing, and what exactly they're going to do with Night Stalker. I'm always kind of curious as to what he's used for, because he's got a silence. That'll be able to stop Tidehunter with his BKB and things. He can survive in team fights for quite a while, but he does have to deal melee damage. He's quite fast, but I usually see him sort of like a mediocre role, not getting like a really ton of kills, just sort of being a presence in team fights. It's just hard to deal with. Definitely not a hard carry. I've never seen him played like that. And I think it's going to be Broodmother and Morphling going to be getting most of the farm. A little bit of farm dependence though. I mean, Shadow Shaman, he's not completely farm dependent, but Blink Dagger is really good on him. Rubik doesn't need any farm, but a Blink Dagger is good on him as well. And he can actually steal a Tidehunter ultimate. And Queen of Pain is going to be picked up. That's going to go to Dendi. Venomancer is going to be picked up as well by Navi. So we are going to. I have no idea what they're going to be. What exactly they're going to be doing. I think Havas is going to be going in the top lane. We're going to Chen in the jungle, friendly jungle, I would suppose. I don't know if they're going to try to run a tri-lane against Broodmother or not. Arsard is going to be playing the Venomancer. Puppy is going to be taking his Chen. Light of Heaven is going to be on the. Tidehunter. Dendi is going to be playing the Queen of Pain, and Havas is taking the Anti-Mage to town. Faith is going to be on the Shadow Shaman. YYF picking up the Night Stalker. Chuan on Rubik. Zhou going to be playing mid lane Morphling, and Ferrari actually giving up the mid lane, going with a top lane Broodmother. We're going to see how that holds up against Anti-Mage, who's probably going into the top lane, and probably going to be supported by Dendi actually going on the top over here. And is this going to be a Havas versus a Zhou mid lane? Is that what it's going to be? Is Dendi really going to play up here like this?
30 seconds to
I think that is what it is going to be. Oh man, this is going to be different and exciting. They really didn't want to put Broodmother up against Tavast. That really wouldn't have been a lineup that I think he would have been able to win. Would have been just taking too much damage. Queen of Pain is going to actually be good on this because her Scream of Pain is going to be able to dispatch, deal a lot of damage and dispatch those broodlings. So it's a good matchup there for Dendi playing the long lane. Puppy looks to be, I think he might just deny a creep. Yeah, she's going to send it back to base. That's a good strategy. I like it. He has a little bit of time because it's only 30 seconds until things are up, but that creep has to walk its way all the way back. That is going to save a little bit of time for Light of Heaven. He's going to be able to pull back on the lane a little bit better. Creep block not really there from Havas. He missed that one, or perhaps it is Arside that's there, but it looks like Arside is going to be both sort of roaming, maybe sort of like a roaming support or roaming gank or something like that. Might be able to save up in the top lane. Havas is going to be in the mid lane versus Zhou. No, it is going to be Chuan. Chuan is going to come up here in the mid lane to support his dude, and we have early early telekinesis coming up there, trying to deal a little bit of damage to Havas, and they're able to do that, but he's able to blink away. I think this middle lane is going to be strong, and look at we have Chen up in here, working on the jungle. And Dendi is actually taking a good amount of damage up here in the top lane as well. Ferrari doing not too bad up against that so far. We're going to have to see how these lanes work out. In the bottom lane, we do have Light of Heaven taking a good amount of damage from Night Stalker. And it kind of evenly matched, except for Faith, who may be able to come in and stun up Tidehunter. Tidehunter, they're really just looking to make sure he doesn't lose too badly. And they just really want to get Ravage up on him. Sort of to be part of a team fight. I think Dendi are going to play their push strategy role, and going to be playing push gank. A little bit more heavily weighted on the gank though, because IG do have the split push set up really well with Broodmother. And, looks like Foss having get the dudes right there. Foss having a little bit of a hard time getting any sort of farms. Zhou is coming out ahead of him right now. I have to see if that will continue later on. I mean, Morphling is a ranged hero, so he does have the advantage over Foss. And Rubik is a little bit better in supporting him in this because Venomancer just needs a little bit more levels. And oh my god, he might even die in the early game. And no, he's able to get away, pop off a salve, gonna try to save himself in that way. Arside here, got a double damage root coming up here in the top lane, trying to get against Zhou, but he doesn't have any sort of reveal off on him. They do have a ward up here. They did try to make off a gank in the top lane, but First Blood was not spilled quite yet. Ferrari doing a good job solo lane so far. Broodmother doesn't need to get big until later on. She gets a great start, that's good, but not completely dependent on it. Just needs a bit of a good start later on once heroes start moving around a little bit more. And make sure the Venomancer has to spend time out of the lane is going to make sure that Havas doesn't get the farm that he wants. And looks like Zhou is still pulling away from him. We got 11 last hits on him versus 1 on Havas. We're going to be able to see if they're actually going to be able to get a kill on him. He's quite difficult to get away from, but if Chuan knows how to steal the blink and can do it, and can use that to his advantage, that's a really strong lane. Because you have 2 blinks, you got the waveform as well as blink on Chuan. That might happen. We shall see. But Arsar here, yeah, he has to come back into the lane now. Lost only able to get XP. He's just only going to be able to get XP in this lane so far. IG's doing a great job in the middle lane here. And Tidehunter, he's still doing alright. He actually has level 4. YYF is level 4. And Faith doing a good job pulling though. He's level 3 up inside the jungle. Puppy level 4. He needs to be level 5 in order to get 2 creeps, and then he might start doing a little bit more in terms of ganking. Ferrari, 10 last hits. So Dendi doing a good job right here. 15 last hits against her, getting 13 denies. So Ferrari having a little bit of a tough time. The 2 mid lane heroes playing in their side lane, and they do have a reveal, so gonna send off that Vermin. Oh, just a good amount of damage. Gonna be dealing harassment to her. He does have the bottle, so he's able to regen up, and just make sure that Broodmother doesn't get too much power. Going for actually maxing Scream of Pain build so you can deal with those the spiderlings. I'm not sure how much. She doesn't have any spiderlings, and I'm not sure how much life that they have. And if then we can just dispatch them all at once. And the entire team is up here. Light of Heaven is cupped in, and it looks like it is time for the Navi push. They're going to go for this end of the tower. Puppy right here, he's going to get himself a Centaur creep, I think. No, he actually needs a little bit more experience before he's going to be able to do that. But the rest of the team is here. They do have a Satyr. And it is only going. They're going to here. They're going to pressuring the top tier 1 tower, and they're going to pop out a fortification, but it's going to be a little bit longer. And yeah, they're going to be able to deal damage to this. Ferrari can't do anything. They need to have a TP if they want to save this tower. Light of Heaven is going to push in just a little bit further to make sure that they hold off the creep wave. And Puppy going to push down put down a sentry ward so they know exactly where Broodmother is. After they take down the tower, they might decide to go on her. And is that what they are going to do? We shall have to see. And the mid lane is going to be pushed in right here. Havas has to back themselves away. They're going to TP themselves out, but they're actually going to push in a little bit further. Havas is half life on health. The tower is actually going to go down right now. I think they're going to be able to get a deny. No, Telekinesis. Telekinesis puts himself up, waveform out. They aren't able to get the deny. Havas is trying to get something out of this, but he's not going to be able to get a kill. First Blood still has yet to be spilled. Ferrari is doing fine against Dendi. In terms of fight, he's not going to die. Oh man, Venomancer goes down in the mid lane. That is where it was happening. I thought this mid lane was done, but Light of Heaven, he's going to have to be sent back to base if he wants to be able to get away. There he goes, and they save them, but Puppy is going to be finished off right now. So this is not so good for Na'Vi. They do lose. They do get a tower, but they have to trade for it, and they lose First Blood and another kill. So IG playing a strong game. Knowing not when to give up, knowing when to not give up. And Faith down here, he's able to get a little bit of farm. Actually has two sets of tangos, 4 tangos and 6. use some of them. And Dendi just pulling the creep wave back, trying to get some more power. It does have the Sonic Wave available. And we have Havas coming into the top lane here, saying, "You know what? I'm screwed in this. I'm screwed in this mid lane." He has only 2 last hits at this point in the game. Haz does have a poor man's shield, but look at that. That Dendi is able to deal a good amount of damage. Only 450 damage on Spiderlings, 450 health. But are those Spiderlings or Spiderites? I think they all have the same amount of damage. So he's actually able to dispatch them quite quickly and get a little bit of last hits on that. So Queen of Pain, Dendi's farm may not be exactly what the last hit shows because he's been getting those. The Spiderlings.
Is under attack.
And the bottom tower is now going to be pressured in down at the bottom by IG. By Faith, he's popped off his wards, and they use them whenever they're up to pressure in a tower. This is going to be difficult for Na'Vi to come back from and defend against, and it's actually going to go down. YYF is coming in here, but Shadow Shaman gets the last hit on this one. They're going into mid lane. Zhou, he has 32 last hits, so Havas is just really screwed right now. He needs to come back from this, and he needs to continue to get. He needs to get a lot bigger than he is. Ferrari now here, they're going to have to set him against Broodmother, and that is just going to be the way of things. But it's going to be a hard. He's going to have a hard time. He's going to need to be supported by someone.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Because they do have the Soul Ring up, and Na'Vi cannot lose his top tower. That would give them 2 towers down, and YYF is pressuring in the second tower, and Havas goes down in the top lane, not able to be saved while I look away. And this does not spell good things for Na'Vi. IG is playing an absolutely solid game right now. Tidehunter trying to come in and slow down someone, but they are actually going to be able to finish up the tier 2 tower. This is not the game Na'Vi is used to playing, so they need to hold themselves together and be able to get the farm they need. But it's not looking like they're going to be able to do it. They lose yet another tower, and they've lost a ton of map control in these losses. YYF is going to find himself RSR taking a lot of damage. He's not going. He's going to be able to get away. He does able to get away. One more hit would have done it. Joe has a lot of gold. I think he's way ahead of Havas, who is down at the bottom ranks here in terms of farm. All the farm is going the way of the Radiant. There's actually quite a ridiculous amount of farm up on them. Havas, Anti-Mage, this is just a terrible start for him. And if he doesn't get something soon, doesn't make something happen soon, if they can't hold off IG, this is going to spell the answer. They need to make sure that their mental game is together. Make sure that they keep their wits about them. And Lost, just having a hard time staying in lane. There's way too much pressure. They're making sure that he gets nothing. Still 15 last hits on him. 10 minutes into the game, no kills, 1 death. I don't know if you've been watching lately, but this is bad for Havas. He's usually been a huge power in these going into the mid game, 15 to 20 minutes, and he's not going to be anywhere near the farm that he needs. So and morphling with the farm that he has, he's probably going to be able to go for an Ethereal Blade really quickly, and that would get rid of Queen of Pain. That would get rid of Havas at this point. Puppey would go down to that. Light of Heaven's got only 800 hit points, so we'll have to see how much hit points they get when they get that up, if that's what he's deciding to go for. I really want to know what he's going to decide to go for. He's going to go for first Mantle Style. He's going to go for that early Ethereal Blade. Well, he's getting farm though. I mean, he's got 20, 24 now. So if he has to farm anytime, anywhere he can. But IG are going to be chasing him. Chase him around the map. That is what they're going to have to do in order to win this. Make sure that he does not feel safe anywhere. If he feels safe for too long, he might get himself a Battle Fury. This late into the game, though, I don't even know if that's going to work out for him. I'm not used to seeing a boss not get a Battle Fury. So he might have to just go into straight Manta. Depends. Actually, he's going to go for his Tread, so I really don't think he's going to be able to get Battle Fury in any time that's going to make a whole lot of sense for him. Probably going to have to go with the build from Manta Style. They do have Navi's going to smoke up, trying to take a team fight. If they're able to do this, it might change things for them, but they're going to, this tower, they're going to pop out the fortification. The wards are down yet again. As soon as they're up, they're always going to be down. And they're actually not going to be able to take it because IG figured out that the fortifications meant something's happening, and they backed themselves away. So Navi now have to play IG's game of chase the split push. And look at this, see? Morphling down the bottom lane whenever Navi is on the top lane. They're just forcing them to split up and forcing their movements to if they can force their movements, they can predict where they're going to be. And that gives IG a gigantic advantage. Ferrari has set up shop up in the top lane right now, completely taking over the jungle. YYF is going to take a good amount of damage, but silence up on Dendi. That means he has to back himself away because there's nothing Queen of Pain can do with a silence. And actually, that's going to be 2 silences once the Orchid Malevolence comes up on Ferrari, which it is. They already have 1 Oblivion Staff. So that means that there's 2 silences that Dendi's going to have to deal with. It's going to be difficult for him. A really good pick coming out from IG. Really strong heroes to have to deal with the farm that Navi was kind of expecting themselves to get. Navi only have 1 tower, and they have lost everything but 1 tower. They have lost 5 towers and only gained 1. 4 towers down. I'm not. What is this? Yeah, not good. Yeah, not good. Anyways, Ferrari can stand up completely to Havost. He did make her pop off the Insatiable Hunger. This may give him a little bit more safety in the lane, trying to get any farm that he can. Actually being abandoned by his team while they go try to gank to get themselves some kind of a team fight. Does Light of Heaven he have level 6? He does have level 6. If they can pop down a ward on Broodmother, that would be fantastic, or if they can catch themselves Faith, but they're kind of guessing around. They're like, we're not going to go in the top lane, or we're going to go in the mid lane, because we see Joe here, and maybe we can get a kill on him, and 3,300 gold on him is pretty big, although they're not even going to go for that. They're going to go for the bottom lane, try to get a kill on YYF, who has finished up a Vanguard. I mean, they know where they know where the team is, so they really need to make a decision here and go for an entire fight. They're kind of middling around in the jungle. They need to commit to this, and they're going to go on Night Stalker here. Dendi is going to be revealed off, going to be splinting and setting off his Scream of Pain, putting on the slow double damage rune popped off. Good combination right here, but they just cannot catch up. They were not in position to stop YYF, and now Joe is going to be TPing in. The team fight, they're bringing it to them. Light of Heaven is going to take a good amount of damage. He should be able to get down here. Nope, he doesn't. Chen is able to save him. Great send back here from Puppey, and Navi has to back off. It's really about the initiation right there. It may have spelled differently to try to get rid of the Wildkin and force Chen to go back inside the jungle and find some more creeps, which is controlled by Ferrari. That does not spell good things for Chen. Oh boy, they're just having a difficult time. Dendi just farming at the middle lane. And that was they needed to commit to something. If Tidehunter was able to initiate with a Ravage, the team fight would have gone much differently than it did, but Queen of Pain slow was not enough when Hunter of the Night is at level 3 and he had his ultimate available to him. IG just playing a really strong game all around. The wards are up. That may mean this middle tower is going to go down. We have Venomous Gale there. And catch out Puppey. Puppey just wanted to get himself some creeps. He wasn't able to do that. He's going to go. Now, our side is going to take a lot of damage just from 1 nuke from Shadow Shaman. And they're going to go on them. Try to, if they get themselves a Void, nope, it's just a waveform that's going to finish it off. Multi-kill up on him. Broodmother actually takes out Havost in the top lane, and the tier 2 tower is going to be focused down on. That's going to be finished off. And Navi just aren't playing. They're going to call GG. There's nothing that they can do against this. Wow, so that's 16 minutes. That is not good for Navi. Now Navi has to pull themselves back from 2 games in a row against IG. This is going to be tough enough. Anyways, I am Love Is Dead. I'll be signing off. And we'll be coming back with the second game. This one was pretty short. And I'm excited. I am excited.